This show is all about main character energy.
You are listening to the Fatima Scipio Show.
You have the opportunity to do something really big.
Get ready for real conversations, real laughter, and real inspiration.
Hey, beautiful people, welcome to the show. Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to the Fatima Scipio Show, where real conversations about real life happens. I am so glad you are here. Well, congratulations to the U.S. men's hockey team who won the gold medal at the Winter Olympics. This is the first time we've won this competition since 1980. So shout out to the players. Legendary jazz musician Wynton Marsalis is stepping down as artistic director of jazz at Lincoln Center. In an interview with CBS Morning, he said it's time to pass the torch to the next generation. Well, we want to wish you many blessings, Mr. Marsalis, and thank you for the great contributions you have given the world of jazz. So, where are my Netflix girlies? Did you see the reality check Inside America's Next Top Model? This was produced by Tyra Banks, and if you have not watched it, please go do so because this will be a part of the big conversation for next week. Because I feel like there's a Gen X hate train going on, but I could be wrong. But anyway, people were dragging Tyra on social media. And so I just had to check out and see what was going on. And so, yeah, we're going to talk about this next week. Anywho, I don't know if you've heard, but older adults, these are our seniors, are getting roommates who are not related in order to afford their rent. There's some research that showed that there are about 1 million Americans age 65 and older who are living with unrelated roommates, and this happens to be a 16% increase since 2019. Now, this increase is attributed to high housing cost and a desire to combat isolation. Now, there are many people who are seniors and they have lost their spouse. They may be the only living, they may be the only person left in their family. And so a lot of them end up in senior living, housing, or going to senior centers, and they're really lonely. And so if you can, or if you have the time and the opportunity to volunteer, I would suggest, or I would like to suggest, going to a senior center to become a buddy to many of these older adult Americans because they truly need us. I mean, when you go there, you can volunteer to, read books, play some card games. I mean, anything, any creative ideas to kind of keep them in the mix and help them with, just to be able to communicate with other people. So, if you get a chance, do it. So I'd like to send my prayers and condolences to the family and friends of Reverend Jesse Jackson, who passed away earlier this week. Reverend Jesse Jackson was a giant, and he taught us that freedom is not complete without opportunity. He fought not only for our right to vote, but the right to thrive. He reminded America that civil rights must include economic rights because dignity means nothing if people cannot feed their families. Reverend Jesse Jackson brought together Black, brown, white, poor, immigrant, labor, and faith-based communities. He taught us that our differences, they don't weaken us, they strengthen us. And he showed us that when we stand together, we become unstoppable. And, we're reminded, and he reminded us that faith without action is empty. And that progress only moves when someone is bold and have the courage enough to push us forward. So his life asks us each a question. Will we just witness history, or will we help shape it? And so this podcast is my contribution to shaping our shared history. For me, having honest conversations about how we can grow as a people, how we can serve one another better and build a stronger future for humanity. This is not just work for me. It's a part of my life's purpose. It's a part of it. It gives me hope, right? This is what drives me. And when I look at today's economic landscape, when I see the political climate that we're in, when I read posts from people sharing their struggles, like, look, just the other day someone said, since COVID, they felt like the energy in the world feels off. They said people are colder, lonelier, more divided, less connected. People don't have social skills, families are broken, and they basically feel like community is dead. And so it is very clear we have a major issue on our hands. So many are carrying heavy burdens right now. People are worried. People are trying to hold on to hope. So today, our conversation is about having faith in uncertain times. Because even in moments like these, we still have the power to believe and to rise together. If it hasn't been clear, yes, 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 we are living in a time where the rules seem to keep changing. The economy feels unstable and jobs feel uncertain. And I'm watching in real time people crying on social media because they can't find employment, or the job they have is causing them a high level of stress. And for many, the future feels unclear. And even the strongest people feel shaken in this season of uncertainty. In my book, Boss Lady: 7 Life Principles to Reign in the New Economy, and you can check for the book link in the description, I talk about faith not as something passive, but as strategy. Faith is not wishful thinking. Faith is an anchor. It is what keeps you standing when the ground feels unstable. It is what keeps you moving when logic says you should quit. Just give up. Yes, you have sent hundreds of resumes out and you have completed hundreds of job applications. And trust me, I get it. I've been there. But faith is what keeps you dreaming when evidence says stop. And right now, we need that kind of faith. Because let me tell you something, honey. Fear is loud and fear is bold. I mean, you can just see it all over social media. Fear says you're never going to get a job. Fear uses rage baiting to piss you off, saying things, posting things just to get you upset. And I'm going to keep sharing this every time I talk about social media because people actually get paid to rage bait you. They get paid for this. So please keep that in mind when you are responding to these rage baiters. Fear says and whispers, you're not going to make it. But today, on this day, I'm here to interrupt that voice. I'm here to interrupt those negative thoughts that are living rent free in your head because uncertainty does not cancel your purpose, believe it or not. Delay does not cancel destiny, and struggle does not cancel favor. Let me say it again. Uncertainty does not cancel purpose. Delay does not cancel destiny. And struggle does not cancel favor. Faith, it's not about pretending that everything is fine, that, you're a Pollyanna and everything is just shining bright. Faith is choosing to stand when it would be easier to sit down. Faith is choosing courage when fear is more convenient. It is choosing discipline when motivation is gone. And yeah, when you are going through a crisis, you don't feel motivated. When you are trying to figure out your money, you don't feel motivated. But faith is getting up anyway, applying for the job anyway, building your business anyway, praying without ceasing anyway, believing despite whatever your current circumstances are. And yes, some of you are carrying quiet battles. You're managing your households, you're managing careers, and you're managing expectations. And you're also managing disappointments. And I want you to hear this clearly. Your effort to better yourself is not wasted. Your tears are not ignored. And your work is not invisible. In Boss Lady, I wrote that faith is what allows you to reign in a new economy. Not money alone, not connections alone, not talent alone, but faith. Look, I remember the days of robbing Peter to pay Paul and not knowing how we were going to make payroll for our employees. When vendors didn't pay us on time, I remember using our savings just to make sure our staff could take care of their family. And when I tell you anxiety tried to suffocate me, the only thing I could cling to was my faith. The only thing that I had that sustained me was my faith. Because when systems fail, faith is going to sustain you. When the markets shift, faith is what stabilizes you. And when doors close, faith redirects you to that open door. This season is not here to break you. It is here to build your spiritual muscle, to strengthen your mindset, to sharpen your resilience. It is teaching you how to lead without certainty, because the truth that matters is that there's nothing that's certain except for God. God is certain. How to succeed without guarantees. Faith teaches us to listen, you know, um, and it doesn't mean that you will never get scared, because, baby, there is nothing scarier than receiving disconnection notices, eviction notices, or layoff notices when you have children that are depending on you. And I know many people are in that current situation right now. You cannot give fear a microphone. You can be nervous and still be a powerful person. You can be unsure and you're still anointed. You can be tired and yet you're still chosen. Right now, you may not see the full plan, but faith has never required the full plan. It only requires the next step, the next phone call. Have you reached out to your connections regarding employment? You know, the next idea. Have you used your time to think about an idea that can scale? The next yes. Look, when I was writing my children's book, I was looking for a literary agent, and I sent my children's manuscript out to so many agents. I can't even remember how many at this time, but it was a lot. And I received a lot of rejection letters. But guess what? I only needed one yes, and I got my one yes. Yes, faith requires an act of obedience. So today, I'm speaking to the leader, the visionary, the survivor in you. Do not give up now. Not after everything you've been through, not after everything you've learned and built. You didn't come this far to stop believing. You didn't grow this much to start doubting. You didn't overcome this much to surrender now. No, you are a victor and you will be victorious. Yes, yes, yes. As I've shared, we are living in uncertain times, but we are not uncertain people. We are disciplined, we are faithful, strategic, and prepared. We know how to pivot. We know how to rise. And no matter what the economy says, no matter what politics say, no matter what fear says, keep going, keep learning, because faith is not about perfect conditions. It is about unshakable confidence in who you are and whose you are. And if nobody reminded you today, I'm here to tell you, you are well able. You are equipped and covered and called and so ready. Let me tell you something. And I know that this may shift how you see this season. Use uncertainty as your classroom. Make a decision to believe that even in disruption, there is direction. And in times like this, you don't just need faith, you need faith with a strategy. And so I'm going to give you a framework. So if you don't have your pen and paper, get it now, write it down, bookmark this, send it to people that you know or that you want to inspire. Okay? All right. So, number one, you got to get grounded. You have to protect your mindset. Before you can fix your money, your career, or make any plans, you have to fix your thinking, because fear, as I shared earlier, will sabotage your future faster than any recession. And so, what does getting grounded means? It means you stop consuming panic. Right now, layoffs, AI takeover, and violence has taken over the news cycle. And so you may need to cleanse your algorithm. And so start following people who have positive messaging. All right? You have to stop speaking defeat. Your words are powerful. The more you speak defeat, the more defeated you will feel. You start practicing discipline, being mindful. If you are looking for work, what are you doing at 6 in the morning? The early bird catches the worm. And guess what? Sometimes you have to think outside of your box when you are looking for work. Maybe you may not find work in your field. Maybe you have to be a little bit creative with the types of employment that you're looking for. Okay, again, I've been there, I've done that, and I will tell you that again, when it comes to employment, yes, it looks rough. But as soon as you start practicing discipline and how you're looking and who you're talking to and letting people know that you are actively looking, I'm telling you, the tides will change. Things will change for you. Start feeding your mind with truth and possibility. Your mind deserves healthy food. Consume media that feeds your soul. Faith begins in your thoughts. If you don't believe you can grow, look, you won't. If you don't believe you can adapt, you won't. Peace is going to follow your perspective, and perspective is a choice. Number two, get skilled, increase your value, increase your social capital, increase your human capital. And let me explain something. When the market shifts, value shifts. And when value shifts, opportunity shifts. The people who win in uncertain times are not the ones who complain the most. They are the ones who grow the most. Faith without preparation is frustration. So you have to prepare yourself, right? And that will help alleviate you being frustrated. So what does getting skilled means? You learn something new. It's not too late to learn a trade. It's not too late to do something outside of your original discipline. These will be in demand jobs, ripe for innovation and out of the box thinking. Make sure you upgrade your resume. Make sure you master technology. Get AI certified. Yes, AI is here. I said it before, it's here to stay. But how are you keeping yourself abreast to what's going on in this AI space? You want to make sure you build multiple options because income follows value. Confidence follows competence, and competence is built on intentionality. Okay. This is not the season to shrink. It's not the season to fall back. This is the season to sharpen your skills. And number three, get connected. Position yourself for opportunity. Nobody rises alone. And there is nothing that you can do in isolation. Isolation makes uncertainty heavier. Connection makes uncertainty manageable. So, what does getting connected mean? Find you mentors, join networks, build strategic relationships, and make sure that you stay in rooms where growth is normal, where it's happening. Staying in stagnant rooms will cost you. It costs you your time, and your time is money. Think of it like this: where you spend your time the most is indicative of your mindset. Your next opportunity is probably connected to your next conversation. Faith moves faster in community. Now, listen, if your faith has been shaken, it's probably because you attached your confidence to something temporary. A job is temporary, the market is temporary, systems are temporary. But your ability to learn a new skill, now that's permanent. Your ability to adapt, that's permanent. Your ability to create value, that's permanent. That's where your faith belongs, not in systems, in your God given capacity to grow. So remember these principles that I just shared with you. Get grounded, get skilled, get connected. That's your faith in action. That's belief with discipline, and that's spirituality with strategy. And when you live like that, uncertainty loses its power over you. Stop giving uncertainty power because now you're prepared. You're positioned, you're focused, and this season is not designed to destroy you. It is, and I believe in my opinion, it's designed to develop you. And if you handle it correctly, one day you're going to look back and say, "Look, I remember that moment, that season that made me unstoppable." You are not a victim this season. You are a student in it. And students who study, what do? They graduate. So don't let uncertainty intimidate you. Let it instruct you because this may be the season that positions you for your greatest level of impact. And the question is not, will things change? Because guess what? They will. The question is, will you grow while they do? This is not the end of your story. I'm telling you, this is not the end of your story. Like, comment, and I will see you next week on the Fatima Scipio Show.
I may be poor, but I am somebody. I may be on welfare, but I am somebody. I may be in jail, but I am somebody. I may be uneducated, but I am somebody. I am black, beautiful, proud. I must be respected.